too. It was this past Friday was your birthday.
That's right, the 15th. Yes, I was 30 years old, and I never thought I'd live this long, but I'm pretty excited about it. My parents didn't think I lived this long either, so hi, Mom and Dad, I'm still here.
Seems fitting somehow you're born in the Ides of March, didn't you?
I just hope I don't get knifed.
You've been playing in Los Angeles recently, but it seems like you guys have been on the road for a long, long time, maybe since the last time you were here in July. Is that true?
Yeah, well, we've been out for 11 months right now. We're just finishing up with Iron Maiden. We have 5 more shows, and then we get a glorious 1 month paid vacation. This is big time rock and roll, but it's the first time off, I'd say, in about a year and a half, so we're really looking forward to it. We are a little bit tired, just a little.
We got lots to talk about tonight. For right now, we'll play a song from Stay Hungry on compact disc. As a matter of fact, this is The Price by Twisted Sister on Rockline. Shows another side of the band, too.
Yeah, the backside.
The backside. Yeah. The underexposed side.
That's right. The white part. Anyways, yeah, thank you. No, we wanted to show that another part of Twisted Sister, another side of the band, because a lot of people are starting to write us off as a anthem rock, video band, or whatever you want to call it. And we figured just when people thought they had us categorized, we'd show them that there's a little more to Twisted Sister than a lot of other bands. And we released the ballad, and for those of you who've seen the video will know that it was done at a sound check with no makeup and no costumes. And that's really shocked a lot of people because they don't expect makeup type bands to ever come out of, quote unquote character, but we're not, it's not that way with Twisted Sister. We really, there is a lot more to us, and you'll be seeing more of it. We have a fold-out cover next album, and you'll be seeing it all.
More and more. Let's hit the phones, go to Florida here. We go to Orlando. Our station's WDIZ. Alan, hi.
Hi. Dean?
Yeah.
I just read a small article in the Rolling Stone magazine's latest issue.
Yeah.
And you were talking, you were talking about heavy metal.
Alan, would you do me a favor? Turn down your radio.
I do have it down.
Okay, then go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm very nervous, so you'll have to excuse me. I'll try and
relax, Alan.
You're amongst friends.
There's only 15 million people listening to you speak.
Thank you, Dean. I mean, you're really great. Anyway, it said here that MTV was going to start phasing out heavy metal. And actually, apparently, you had a quote and everything in here, and apparently they must have been talking to you. My question is, do you think there is too much sexist and violent nature in the heavy metal videos?
All right. Basically, Al, okay, basically it all depends on how it's presented, all right? I mean, you can have serious violence and you can have comedic violence. Our videos are obviously, it's cartoon violence. I mean, a man is blown out a window and he stands up, brushes himself off, and goes back in to be dragged down the stairs. In our second video, a guy dives in a pool with a live grenade, and 2 seconds later, he's not even wet, okay? So, I mean, it's obviously fantasy, it's obviously cartoon, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. There was a Rolling Stone video, and see, that's not even heavy metal. There's videos where are violent, like that Duran Duran video for Wild Boys, where the lead vocalist is being tortured and he's on a wheel and his head's going under the water, or the Stones video where they blow somebody's brains out on camera. That's serious violence. I think that's cool too, actually. No, I mean, I don't mind violence because I know the difference between fantasy and reality. As far as the sexist part of it, my feeling about locker room humor is that it's just that. I mean, it exists. I mean, all the guys get together and we talk about the girls, and when the girls get together, you should hear what they say about the guys. But that's where it really should stay, in the locker room, in the bathrooms, in the back room. And a lot of the metal bands do put a lot of stuff into their songs that is very offensive to girls. And I think it alienates them, and that's why a lot of girls don't like heavy metal. Twisted Sister purposely avoids things like that because we don't want to alienate the girls. We want girls and guys, whoever wants to listen to our stuff is welcome to hear Twisted Sister.
All right. We'll take a brief time out and come back with more on Rockline. Our number to call toll-free, 1-800-222-ROCK. Let's hear from you. We got some show tonight. Nationwide, I'm Bob Coburn with Dee Snider from Twisted Sister, and we're talking Texas. Texas talking to us now. From the zoo, this is Kurt. Hey.
Yes, B?
Yeah, Kurt, what's happening?
Nothing much. I want to know, why did y'all name your album Stay Hungry?
Stay hungry. Very, very good question. All right, I have to go back to a book I read by Arnold Schwarzenegger, you know, the Terminator. Yes, and he wrote a book called Stay Hungry, and it was all about the idea of no matter how big you get, always remembering what it was like in the beginning, remembering what the struggle was like, and keeping the fire that was inside of you alive. It's like the Eye of the Tiger thing from the Rocky movies. When I read that book, it sort of put into words what I was feeling about Twisted Sister, so I decided to write a song about those feelings, and after I wrote the song, we decided to put on the album. The whole band felt, considering we've been together for 9 years, that this was a perfect title for Twisted Sister's album because we have stayed hungry and we have kept it together until we finally made it. Now we're totally falling apart. No, we're not falling apart. Everything is fine. We're still hungry. There's still much more to get.
There's definitely something to that concept. A lot of sports teams, they say that's why they can't repeat, because they win and they get fat, you know? They don't stay hungry. You know?
That's right. As I remember Mickey in the Rocky movie said, the worst thing that can happen to a boxer is he gets civilized, you know?
Yeah.
And we're just trying to make sure we don't get civilized. So, you know, whenever we go to a nice restaurant, we take our shoes off and we eat with our feet. This keeps that sort of dirt, bottom street kind of mentality going.
We're untamed tonight. We got a call from Albuquerque, Rock 108. John, you're on the air.
Hi, Dee.
Hey, what's happening, John?
Not much. Hey, man, I enjoyed your concert last year.
Hey, thanks a lot. Was it last year already?
Yeah, it was, in the Civic Auditorium.
Yeah, who were we there with?
You were with Dawkins and YNT.
Oh, yeah. All right, I remember now. It's just that we've been on, like I said, 11 months, and it's hard to remember who we played with where.
Yeah.
But we've had a great time touring this year, a real great time.
Yeah. Hey, I enjoyed all your videos and all your music, too. Yeah, happy birthday, too.
Thanks very much. I appreciate it.
Okay, my question for you is, what are your parents' reaction of you being on stage as a performer?
No, that's not their reaction. No, that used to be their reaction. Actually, they are really into Twisted Sister right now. Okay, I mean, they're very fanatical fans. It's kind of strange after all the years of them like hating what I did, but once they realized I think that there was no choice, that their son was a dirtbag and he was going to be a rock and roller, they really kind of accepted it after a while, especially after I started like making money and becoming famous. And then when they showed my picture to people at McDonald's, they screamed and shouted, "Hooray, hooray." So my parents are really into me and Twisted Sister right now, which makes it it's kind of nice after all these years of hating me. Only kidding, Mom and Dad.
Good call there, John. Thanks. Got a call from Carson City, Nevada. It's Kelly listening to 105.7 KOZZ in Reno. You play there tomorrow night, don't you?
That's right.
All right. You're on the air, Kelly.
Hello. I'd like to, I heard this interesting story of how you guys got your name Twisted Sister, and I would like to know from you how you guys really did get the name Twisted Sister.
How we really did get the name. It's probably the same story you heard, because there only is one story, and that is that we were looking for a name. We had the image of the band, you know, the makeup and the costumes and the whole thing, trying to find a name. And if anybody's ever been in a rock and roll band knows, everybody, you sort of sit around, everybody throws names out. You know, shoe, no, come on. Leprosy, they grow on you. No, what about leprosy? They rot. Okay, you know, and you keep thinking of names. We couldn't think of anything, and a friend of ours named Michael, whose last name we'll leave out, called JJ up from a bar, 4 o'clock in the morning, drunk off his butt. Okay, I can't curse on the air here. And he said, JJ, I got the perfect name for the band. This is Michael, this better be good. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, and I was just having a good time, and you just interrupted me. And he said, no, the name is Twisted Sister. And it really sounds like a drunk's name, and we said, Twisted Sister, that is brilliant. And if you're going to ask what Michael's doing now, I think he's in a coma. Okay, I'm not sure. I'm serious, too. Okay, but I think he is. But, Mike, I hope you get better.
Kelly, is that the story you heard?
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
I don't lie. I'm that kind of guy. I'm consistent. Coast to coast, nation to nation. I'm consistent.
From Stay Hungry, we're not going to take it on Rockline. Twisted Sister on Rockline on the Global Satellite Network. Utopia joins us a little later. We got plenty more time with Dee from the band, though. We got a call from John. He's in Logan, West Virginia, and he's listening to FM 105 in Charleston. John, you're on the show.
Yeah, I like that Dee. I heard he's going to do some of Alice Cooper. Now, I don't know if it's true, and when will it be out?
Okay, producing, if you asked, I think you said producing. No, I am not producing Alice Cooper. That is a misquote or whatever. Alice had asked me, along with some other bands, to work on a project he had in mind, but unfortunately it didn't really come together. Right now, what I could say is happening with Alice is that I'm proud to say we're friends now, and he's currently getting ready to work on his own album, but he has consented to do a duet with me on Twisted Sister's next album.
Right.
And I may be in a video as well. And as a matter of fact, he's taking me out to dinner tonight for my birthday, and it's really incredible because this is my hero, man. I mean, I had pictures of him in my bathroom. I'm talking, I used to bow to him every morning, and now we were like friends. So he was down at the show last night, but I'm happy to say, just if you're John, his name is John, right? If you're an Alice Cooper fan, the man is in shape. He's cleaned up. He's looking great. He's working out. And I've heard some of the new tracks, and it's sounded like around that Welcome to My Nightmare type Cooper stuff. And it's really, I think it's going to be real good when the new record comes out this summer.
It'd be really nice to have him back in the fold.
Absolutely, man. The father of us all. Yes.
All right. Thank you, John. We appreciate it. It's Woody's turn this time around. He's in Minneapolis, and he's listening to 92 KQRS. Hi, Woody.
Yeah, Doug. I mean, Dee. Hey, I was at your Minneapolis St. Paul concert, and I was wondering if you remembered me out there in the 6th row. I was wearing a bag over my head and flicking you off. It was pretty interesting. Iron Maiden rules. All right, Slia.
The bag over your head. Yes, I remember the bag over your head. And is it true that you were the star of that new film, Mask? I heard that you didn't need any makeup for that show. Yes, I would say that people like you who are out in the crowd and there's a band opening up and you're giving the opening band a lot of hassles because you came to see the headliner. You've got some messed up concept that the opening band is fighting against the headliner. Quite often, the opening band is a fan of the headliner and is just as excited about being on that tour as you are about being at the show. Now, Twisted Sister are longtime friends of Iron Maiden and fans of Iron Maiden, and we aren't fighting against them. We're fighting with them. We're trying to keep heavy metal alive in this world. And let me tell you something. There's a lot of people who like to see heavy metal dead. So you may have thought you were pretty funny out there, flicking me off and what have you, but the bottom line is that you're the fool, not me, man, okay? Because it's people like you that are ruining heavy metal, all right? And Iron Maiden would say the same thing I'm saying right now, okay? All right, gotcha.
Boy, you couldn't have put that any better. It's not competition. It's called a double bill.
That's
we'll
right.
be back with more on Rockline in just a moment. Rockline live and nationwide. We've got a couple of guys from Utopia coming on a little bit later. Todd Lundgren and Roger Powell. Plenty more time with Dee Snider. For right now, a song on CD, I Wanna Rock from Stay Hungry by Twisted Sister on Rockline. We should send that out to Woody in Minneapolis. What do you think, Woody?
This one's for you.
For all you do. We got a call from Dayton. It's Amy on the line. She's listening to 105 WTUE. Hi, Amy.
Hi. First of all, Dee, I'd like to tell you that you have a very lucky wife, and if anything ever happens to you, too, you have a permanent home right here in Dayton.
Thank you.
And I'd like to know about your future plans with videos or next album.
Okay. All right, Amy, Twisted Sister and video are one and the same. I mean, we love doing video. When we first formed the band, we decided that we were definitely going to put as much into the visual side of the band as the musical side, feeling that if we achieved 100% on both sides, the audience would be getting 200%. You know what I mean? So I'm already planning videos for next year. We're talking about a possible half hour or hour video, I don't know, story. I don't know what you call that kind of thing. It hasn't been done too much. Not talking about live concert. I'm talking about sort of like a 1 hour long video. We also are talking with some producers of movies as well. We actually had a film we were supposed to be doing, but unfortunately, due to some legal disagreements, it didn't work out. But there's a lot of interest in Hollywood, for Twisted Sister in films due to the success of our We're Not Gonna Take It and I Want to Rock video. So that is all happening. That's all, we're working on that very hard. But our main thing right now is getting ready for the next album. And after we take a short vacation, we're going to go back in the studio probably in the summer, and you'll probably see a new album from Twisted Sister around the beginning of October of this year.
Just in time for the Christmas rush and all of that, yeah.
Oh, is it?
Oh, yeah, son of a gun. I'm sure you had thought of that.
Amazing coincidence.
Something. Thanks for the call there, Amy, and you got a home in Dayton. Remember that, D. It's Jamie this time around. He's in Mount Clemens, Michigan, and our station in Detroit is WRIF. You're on the air.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'd like to say, after you got that call from that Woody guy, you were saying that there are a lot of people out there that say heavy metal want it out of here, I'm saying I go to high school around here in Detroit and stuff. I'm saying as long as you guys put it out, you guys got most of the percentage of people who listen to heavy metal. Most of them are high school students, and they all listen to it. As long as you guys put it out in their stations like RF, rock and roll stations, you guys do okay.
I appreciate that.
All right.
And I'd like to ask you just a couple questions. Like, what was it like when you were growing up? What kind of kid were you? Basically.
Okay. I can give you that. Well, I started as a zygote, actually, which is a sperm and an egg cell mixed together. You want to go back that far? No, let's move it up a little bit. Okay. Basically, I'm not like a very popular person. I was sort of a little strange, a little weird. I didn't fit in with one particular clique. I liked sports, but I didn't hang out much with the jocks. And I was a bit of a dirtbag, but I just never got into beating people up for just the hell of it. So I need a reason, like that guy Woody. And so I didn't really hang out with them. So I never quite fit in with anybody. And I kind of was just a loner, and I was very quiet, except when I got in my room. And when I got in my room, and I locked that door and I put on my Zeppelin and Sabbath and Alice Cooper records, all of a sudden I was a madman in front of my mirror, air guitaring and air drumming. So basically I was a loner, not popular, but now, man, I'm popular now. I got friends coming out of the woodwork.
And what was number 2, Jamie? You had another question, you said.
Yeah, did you graduate too?
Yeah, I done graduated the 12th grade. I have my high school diploma, and I tried a year of college, but I just was not cut out for that. My parents had convinced me that you have to have a safety net, like, well, okay, you're going to be a rock and roll star, but go to college just in case. And I went for a year, and I realized after that year, I said, you're never going to be successful at anything if you go through life with a safety net. If you know that there's well, if I don't make it in rock and roll, I can be an accountant or something like that. If you have that attitude, you're going to fail. You just got to go for what your dream is, and you got to realize there's only one way out, and that's straight up through that little tiny hole at the top. And so I quit school, and I just, dedicated my life to being a rock and roller.
I'm not sure if that wrapped it up for Jamie or not. I'm going to ask him, did it?
What's that?
Did that wrap it up for you? Is that all you want to talk about?
Yeah, thanks a lot. Okay. Keep jamming.
Hey, thanks a lot, Jamie. Thanks for the good words, too.
All right, we're going to listen to a song now that was a #1 single in Britain by Twisted Sister. I'm Me.
No
album, You Can't Stop Rock and Roll. I'm Me.
Haven't heard that one in a while. I like that
Sounds
one.
pretty good. Twisted Sister on Rockline right now. We'll continue with Dee. More telephone time. A call from Oakfield, Wisconsin is what we have now. And listening to QFM in Milwaukee is Tammy. Tammy, you're on.
Hi, Dee.
Hi, Tammy. How you doing?
Good. I'd like to know if Under the Blade has ever been released in America.
What an excellent question that is. Okay, Under the Blade has never been released anywhere except England, Holland, and Germany. Those are only 3 countries we ever released that album, but I'm happy to say that we own the rights to the album, and we have the master tapes, and we're in the process of remixing them, and I think, I can't tell you exactly when, but in the not-too-distant future, we will be releasing the album worldwide, so everybody will be able to get it. You know, and right now, the only place you can get it is those import shops, and they're charging ridiculous prices sometimes for it. So it will be released in the United States in the near future, and we're happy about that because there's a lot of good stuff on that album that we can't play in concert because nobody knows the album at all. So hopefully when we release it, people start to know some of those tunes. We can bring them back to the show.
Let me ask Tammy something. Tammy, how did you get exposed to that? How did you find out about it?
I read an article in the magazine about it.
So you're aware of it, but you really haven't heard it, so it'd probably be a good idea for you to get that out, Dee.
Oh, definitely.
It's a real good idea.
Yeah, keep your eyes open, Tammy. I think you'll be seeing it in a, like I said, not too distant future.
Thanks for the call, Tammy. It's Scott's turn. He's in Omaha. Our station there's Z92. Hi, Scott.
Hi, Dee.
Hey, Scott, what's happening?
Not too much. Happy birthday.
Thank you, man. Thanks.
I just wanted to say that I think you guys are great. And my question is, did you guys ever have any thoughts about giving up before you're hit with Stay Hungry?
Okay. Not since we got signed. All right. It took 6 years to get signed, though. And I've got to admit that sometimes we got rejected by every company 4 or 5 times over. You know, and I mean, we got some letters that said like, "Twisted Sister, you suck." I mean, and I was, please don't reapply to our company. We really aren't interested in anything like you. And you get a letter like that, and it would get kind of depressing after a while. But the good thing was that we'd be playing clubs, and we had a lot of fans locally, and we'd go and play that night, and the people, our audience, would be going crazy for us. And we say to ourselves, well, who knows? Some 45-year-old record executive sitting in New York or L.A. in his big office, or do the kids in the street know what's happening? Well, the kids in the street know, and we kept believing. But there were a couple of times where we said, man, maybe we should pack it in. And we all looked at each other and said, well, what are we going to do? And they said, well, we can go work in a factory. And we said, hey, let's keep going for a little bit longer. Maybe we'll get a break. And we stuck it out. And, hey, everything's come up roses now. It took 9 years, but it's happening.
A band that for a long time did Stay Hungry. Don't you guys know how to get it going? I mean, come on, man. I want to thank you for being here. It's always a pleasure to see you, and thank you for the things that you've given. And one of the things I wanted to mention was the fact that KLOS in Los Angeles did a rock relief for Africa and raised $170,000 that went to the Red Cross. And I want to thank you on the air here for taking your time to participate in that and helping solicit some money for a very worthy cause. It's appreciated.
Yeah, it is a very worthy cause, you know. I mean, a lot of people think that headbangers couldn't care less about things like that. I mean, we got such a bad image, you know. Dirtbags and headbangers and heavy metal. It's just got really a bad image. And everybody in this Band-Aid and American Band-Aid, they didn't ask me. Right? They got Cyndi Lauper, sure, and Prince. They don't show up. If they asked me, I would have come down and added my golden tones to that great tune they were singing. I would have put a little, like, screech in there, but no. They don't ask us. But somebody did. KLOS did ask me, and they said, would you do it? And I said, I'd be glad to do it. It is a very worthy cause. And thank you to all the people who did donate money to that cause.
All right. Thank you, Dee Snider from Twisted Sister, for being on Rockline. We'll take a brief time out and come back with Utopia. From the band, we'll have Roger Powell and Todd Rundgren. Your number to call is toll-free, 1-800-222. It's Rockline.